Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning coffee. I've seen there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the chat already. As you can see, I'm nicely dishevelled. Not too much. What's going on there? What's that bit? Hello. Yes. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? I'm going to try and not exert my voice too much because I'll move you up here. Look at that. Static. Yes, my voice is largely dead from doing all of the talking yesterday, so I'm in a very good mood, but it may seem I'm subdued. It's just because I'm not straining this. I have the cooling tower this morning. I know only has juice in it. I've hurt my toe. I hurt my toe on the run up to the show, and I wasn't able to sort it out. So my toe is like about the size of two toes, which is, I don't know how to move that. I just knocked it. So yeah, standing on my bad toe all of yesterday, and then the other bit of my foot. I was like, but yeah, that's not what you're here to hear about. You're here to hear about how Salute actually went. Have a little sip of this, and then we'll begin. There's a whole bunch of you. It was awesome. I got to see loads of you. And my mouth is just that chatting all day. So it's nuts. So yeah, Salute was wicked. It was well worth it. I was a little stressed, obviously, because because you don't know. You spend so long sort of in the prep. You think, oh, if it goes crappy, then that's no good. Flashcards, I have no notes today. It won't be too long a show, although I say that purely because my brain is dead and my General Annie is dead. But I wanted to see you all, well, see the chat and yeah, sort of talk to you, because I say I've met loads of you yesterday, some for the first time, some for the lots of time, and it was ace. And yeah, just have a little catch up before I die. I've still got lots of unloading to do today, and then I will be disappearing into the world of Animal Crossing, and I will not be in the office tomorrow. It will be glorious. My eyes, in terms of takings, I had my best salute ever, which I did not expect. It was wild. I'm really chuffed. Obviously, like, there's lots of factors that make the show good, but money is effectively it's the main reason. Going and having a nice time was wicked. But obviously, when you make money is good, and obviously it costs a lot to get the stand for Salute. It's very expensive. The your hotel, just all adds up, and you're like, oh, I need some new racking or new banners, and it's very quickly like the point where the amount of money you need to make just to break even is pretty high. So yeah, brain's absolutely dead. So the colour one, what shall I talk about? Obviously the week lead up to Salute. The stream will be short unless Annie closes off. Yeah, you just feel I haven't seen Mum in the chat yet. Actually, maybe she's knackered. Hey, Dave Corley's in there as well. Kill out. It's all in chat. It's beast stuff. So yes, let's go back to. So I spent the week doing the prep. Absolutely knackered. So I've been getting a few. Hey, Lila's in the chat. I've been getting a few hours of sleep each night and just absolutely beasting it to get it all done. So doing the physical stuff, and then in the evening doing all the cabinets for the week. So it was I was absolutely shattered, but I got loads and loads of cool stuff done. If you were there, like, really exciting. So like Annie's morning ramble. Let's have a juice. It's a bit, yeah. So Salute is the best. Well, I haven't officially done a UK Games Expo yet, so I can't compare it. But so far, Salute's the biggest show that I do. It's always by far the biggest in terms of cash and biz and people and all that sort of thing. But obviously, there's still a pandemic on. We've Brexited, so we barely had any people from Europe. Barely any at all, and that's usually a whole bunch of people. So they weren't there. A lot of people weren't there, obviously, just because they're not comfortable with being around crowds of people yet, which is absolutely understandable as well. But so many traders dropped out at the last minute as well, which was really weird. And they were big traders, so it left a really big gap around the hall. And because the place is so big, and obviously you get spread out a bit more because of because of COVID, which is good. So that aspect, the spread out was good, but for the comparing to previous years, just in terms of atmosphere and all that, when I walked, I only really had one walk through because I was at the far back. It was just so sparse looking. It was weird. Trying to like spread to cover up some of the gaps, and I hate seeing empty tables. That's always sad. I'm like, this looks a bit crap. And if you're a stand and that's next to empty tables, it extra sucks as well. Oh my god, I've got this weird light here going on. Oh no. Ooh, weird. So I get that brain is very sleepy. And yeah, just so yeah, of course, the Tim said, I know at least one medium-sized trader had a positive COVID test 2 days before the show, at which point they were out. There's that as well. That's why I was kind of just hiding from the world before Salute, because I would have been absolutely gutted if that had happened. But they did a bit of a backup plan if that did. But yeah, it's that. It's also just if someone's family member gets sick and everything like that. So Ratty said, the first time I saw Dice Bag Annie was opposite the Hassle-Free stand, a very tiny stand, and it was great to see the huge stand yesterday. Yes, so come on. Annie's stand was mobbed quite early on, pleased to say. Yes. When it opened, and there wasn't that rush, and it was weird, and then it was busy all day. I don't think there were any quiet points till right at the end, which was amazing. Yeah, it was so good. I'm always obviously absolutely knackered afterwards. It was just packed. The cabinets I've been working on, I think I mentioned the last week or so that I got these sort of like sticky dots, for like industrial sticky dots, and stuck all of the miniatures down so that they didn't have to. That's the worst bit of shows, putting the figures in the cabinet. I hate it, but just had to put them all on one acrylic tray, put a shelf basically, and just went to go boop, boop, boop. The cabinet looked stunning. And instead of rows of figures, I instead of the rows of figures, I made loads of little scenes, and it meant the mushrooms were a really big hit, Mushroom Forest, because people got to see the scale of how big they really are, because you can't quite get that online. And seeing things in context to each other and with all the little scenes was good. Saw lots of kids, which was awesome. The usual, like, people buying their first ever mini. And it's like, so cute. And just being like, oh, wow. Somebody messaged and said they spent the evening looking up Dark Ages with their daughter. And I'm like, oh, God, so good. Yeah, lots of people saying, I wish you could be there. You will one day. Yeah, I totally understand why why people won't go. The COVID situation's a bit of a weird one, because we're in this, well, in the UK there's basically like no restrictions, but so it's all very much on personal responsibility, and everyone's got different levels. Obviously, some people are still in their house for whatever reason. Other people are absolutely fine. But I found it kind of awkward with everyone's everyone having a different level. and I brought a whole we all had hand sanitizer and stuff like that, um, and I brought a whole bunch of masks, and then I'll talk about it in a sec. I had like a big issue at the start of the show, and then ended up being unable to put a mask on, and then I felt like a bit of a scumbag, to be fair. But nobody was mean. But you know, I saw a lot of sort of comments like, "Oh no, everyone was wearing a mask," and so whole there's always sort of reasons sometimes why, and because it is personal choice, so and it sucks because yeah, like the government had just gone, instead of blaming us, you can all blame each other. But I didn't see any sort of hostility either way. So that yeah, Carol said the idea it should be left to individuals is ridiculous. Um, I've been to a fair amount of in the um outdoor events in the summer. And the outdoors I'm absolutely comfortable with. And I found, because I was at the back, there was just so much open space that I didn't see it as a mega bad. The only sort of issue, so I was trying to avoid the crunch of the stand. So I thought, as long as I'm out of it, there's obviously that prolonged exposure. Um, you know, being right by somebody, the ventilation was really good. We even had a breeze coming in from the from the next hall bit. So yeah, I was okay about it not being in the crush of people. But yeah, I kind of do want to apologise if anyone was bothered by going, "Oh no, Pat Squiddo wasn't wearing a mask. This is a scandal." But yeah, I'll talk about that shortly. Um, yeah, it was a vaccine passport or test to get in, so it's not an unreasonable gamble. Yeah, it's a whole discussion by itself. The pandemic, I guess, and it's hard to make a decision. Mm. Mm. But I was reading the comments. Um, Jasper said that I was a star of Crisis. Yeah, I miss Crisis. But then Wickerman said it was one of the best laid out stands. Surely it was the best. One of the best. Yeah. It was totally the best. It was. It's all right. You don't need to hold back. You just go for it. Tell me it's the best. Definitely the best. John Haynes, I was behind two people who were turned away because they didn't have a test or vaccination proof, therefore felt fairly safe. It's just, yeah, it's always like, well, always now in this weird world, sort of like whatever level people are comfortable at. And again, some people are going to be uncomfortable with some stuff. I felt it was airier than Partisan, and I felt Partisan was very airy. I wouldn't be too happy going to some of those smaller shows when they're kind of in schools and that sort of contained space, because that's when people are in the same area talking and all particling everywhere. But yeah, we were right at the back, and yeah, it just felt really open and airy, and yeah, so I like to think I made the correct decision, but yeah, I'll go into something else shortly. Yeah, so it's kind of like a bit like Annie's salute review, because I know lots of people are asking or sort of looking at different photos. So it goes. A lot of the traders I spoke to said it sucked. It sucked for them, which sucks, obviously, but it didn't suck for us. So yeah, maybe everyone came and spent the money here. I'm really, really chuffed with that amount of cash, which is ace. What's the word? Brain. Again, brain. Very sleepy. Can you hear me? I just realised I'm there sort of like whispering away. They said, is there anything up north? There is York. York Fatmatak is one. I'm a bit unsure because that's one that is very sort of close and packed. But yeah, York Fat Attack, check that one out. That's in February. It's usually my birthday weekend too, and I will be at that, so that'd be cool. Tim can hear me. Hello, Tim. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, we did have Danny DeVito, so this is true. The balloon arch. The balloon arch, I'd like to give a special mention to Jasmine and Luke, who did that beast. Thing of beauty. I'll get some, obviously I'll whack loads of photos up on social media. The balloon arch, It was something else. It was something else. Um, the Yeah, basically, not you think of the normal balloon arch. This was a floating balloon arch between the stands. It's absolutely lovely. But yeah, I had a wicked day, and it was kind of, I guess, because I went in with low expectations because I had no idea what was going to be happening. It's sometimes good, that whole low expectations thingy. What was I going to say? Where am I? So yeah, we got there. We had a few hiccups on the way. A few little tiny hiccups. A little. Mm. So yeah, have very little. Oh, I just want to sleep now. Had very little sleep on the way, on the week. Then Friday morning, whilst I'm running around, because I got a lift in with Fenris, I was running around getting everything sorted, and I had an apartment booked for 6 of us, and they phoned and said it's unavailable, which is what I needed. I was stressing about. So they said it's unavailable because some people that stayed there the night before trashed it. But we do have an alternative apartment not out of town, but too far away for me, because I absolutely insist on staying walking distance from Excel for so many reasons, but mostly my brain. So especially when I'm organising other people, I don't want them, I want them to be able to get to the venue by themselves. So say if they sleep in or something like that, it's just makes everything easier. And yeah, so I was like, what am I going to do? I don't want to go out into the wilds of London. This isn't going to work. And then it just got a bit weird. I was getting really weird vibes off it. So I ended up having it whilst I was on the phone, sort of like looking up hotels. So I managed to get some rooms booked for the hotel that I normally stay at. But that was like, it's fine, just free hotels on the same night, free hotel rooms on the same night of booking. That's not going to be mega expensive, paying like that. Obviously, it's more expense, and obviously, it's already a really expensive show, so that was getting me quite stressed because it's like, I need to make even more money now to cover all of this. And I was also a bit gutted because I wasn't able to add all the breakfasts on for the staff, and we had this original plan because it was going to be an apartment that Mum had bought loads of rolls and bacon, and we were going to have big like bacon and eggs and all this sort of thing. But I was like, I can't afford, especially when it's not a substantial breakfast in there as well. It's like all that money for a sort of crap breakfast. I'm like, oh, I can't do it. So yeah, I felt a bit bad because I was like looking after my people, and it's like, I'm not going to get the breakfast. But I was very impressed at my handling of that situation, because that could have gone a lot different. So we got that sorted. We did then get stuck in a lot of traffic on the way down, which made us late, which also meant that, so we were late, and then we pretty much got all the stuff put up. Dropped out the van. When we were coming in, we were in the van, and just as we were pulling into the salute bit, the guy who waved us in radioed, went, "Yeah, no more vans, no more vans." So we would have been absolutely screwed if we were basically minutes later. So that's a bonus. That is definitely a bonus. Yeah, the old van queue. 'Cause we got there in a decent time as well, and then you have to wait. So when you go there, you get all your salute vehicle passes and stuff, but then you need to sort of check in with Excel. So you then need to bring your paperwork to this paperwork office, where there's like one counter and someone really slow, and there's the whole queue. Because obviously there's a salute, but the Excel Centre is enormous, so there's all these other different shows on, and so some of them are, those enormous shows where they have whole like haulage companies basically that come and set up all the stages and all this. So it's just an entire queue of people getting into there, and so that's just like, cool, this isn't really moving at all. We're here, we can't do it. So that's always nice and stressful. And every year we go, why we do it. But yeah, so that was all set up. Yes, proper posse thanks in a bit, but I had a really good gang of people. Squash, squash. So yeah, basically got set up, went to the hotel, met a bunch of other companies as well, and went out for the best Thai food ever. It's so good. I want Thai again now. Maybe I'll get Thai takeaway. It's so nice, absolutely. This is this like set mealy thing. So yes, did that. Then sleep day. I only got a couple hours sleep because I was foolish. Well, 3 hours sleep. But yeah, I was foolish and stayed up socializing because it was nice. It was just really nice to do. And again, it's with the rules being strange that it's like everyone's in the bar socializing without masks on, so it kind of feels like the rules are just so inconsistent that yeah, it's a bit weird. But yeah, so Saturday I was starting to get really stressed. So we're getting it all set up. I thought I had more time to be honest, but I'm glad that loads of the like really cool stuff I did has all sort of paid off. So it's loads of time saving things. The stand didn't take as long to get up. Someone hit the dislike button. Oh, how very dare! How very dare! Maybe they pressed the wrong button. That's it. Or they think it's opposite day. It might be opposite day. But yeah, the everyone on the stand was just ace, absolutely ace. We all got set up, and I got so on the week before, Fenris had put up that his card reader had put up a message saying we are broken, and I said I think mine's fine, but I went and got some. It's really boring. There's a company called iZettle that also do card readers, and PayPal bought them out, so it's now the Zettle. But they didn't really tell anyone, so apparently loads of traders had problems with card because of this like forced obsolescence. Mum gave me the dislike. Oh my god. And for shame, Lillian, for shame. So yeah, we got set up, and then went to set up the card readers, and it was just not having it. And it just was the final thing because obviously taking card payment is really important, and it sent me into an absolute meltdown. So by the time the show opened, I don't know how many people witnessed this because I wasn't looking up because I was too embarrassed. But I think about 40 minutes to an hour of the show opening was me massively crying on the colouring in table about everything being screwed up and how I'm the worst person ever. But yeah, just like it just wasn't working, and I was getting more and more frustrated. People were like, "Hey, it's Annie." Oh, yeah, we'll leave that for a bit. I just think I was so knackered, and that was just the final thing. And I was like, my brain has been focusing on so many things; it's just absolutely been killing me. So yeah, I was in an absolute state. That was sort of the worst state I've been in public for some time. So I was just like, no, this is rubbish. Why am I doing this? Oh, it's just like, I look so foolish. But I had one of you lot. Probably doesn't want me to say my name. I don't know. But one of you was really, really, really nice, and basically just stood there, but standing there actually helped a lot because I was freaking out. But Louis, who runs CMA, so he's the one I mention a lot because he's the caster. Well, he runs the casting company basically. He came over, and I was just like, had all this tech sort of like laid out, crying out here. They're going like the USB won't even go in, and all this just trying to fix it. But, and you're really frantic, and it's just not happening. And obviously, people are like coming over going, Annie, have you got this? Have you got this? Have you got this? And kind of them going. And I was like, I've built this amazing thing and I've messed up the really, really thing. So so that was absolutely awful. But with persistence, Louis got it fixed, basically. It got fixed. We got a card reader working. Then I got 2 card readers working. And one of them is ace. One of them's really good. You know you have the phone and the thing. This one, just one thing. So but I did get some good Annie quotes, because one of them, obviously we'll laugh about it afterwards. One of them was me crying, going, "They don't even have human hands." So they suddenly decided it wasn't going to accept my fingerprint or any of that. I was like, oh. But yeah, I think even without all the stress, it would have enraged me, but I was in absolute tears. It was horrible. So yeah, I don't know how many people witnessed that. Haven't seen any photos, so that's a bonus. But we fixed it, and then I did my and we're back. So after that, I kind of sorted myself out, and then I was wicked for the rest of the day. It was ace. So yeah, luckily I pulled it back. And a few people were saying, oh, it doesn't matter, people will pay cash. The amount we took on card, we would not have taken if it was cash. It made such a big difference. So I'm really glad it got fixed. But yeah, that was that was a thing. But yeah, I was totally, after that, I was just on it all day. And I'm sure anyone who saw me then, or you lot, yep, I was on it. So yeah, it was just me. I barely did any sales. So if you got served by me, that was an honour. Because I had usually about 3 people at once on the stand. And I was mostly sort of schmoozing and chatting as well. I've got some pictures. I've got a picture of you, Ratty, so I will post that in Bag Cave as well. Ratty had a very impressive hat. It was very good. there were a few impressive hats, but that was also good. So yeah, I went from minus something to plus 1 million. And was just being obviously endearing for the entire day. So yeah, just running around, go woo. I did a whole bunch of interviews. I checked. I was on I was on tabletop. I did an interview with Wargames Illustrated. I got a load of pictures from Wargame Soldiers and Strategy. Spoke to a few sort of new podcasters. Spoke to loads of retailers. About stocking Bad Squiddo, and it was just a really good advert for it, basically, because you can say, look at it, everyone's buying it, so people will buy the things, and it looks really good, so you should get that. Oh, John Haynes came over when Mum chased me away. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, it was really nice to see you, by the way, and anyone else that I've not singling anyone out, but yeah, it was so good to see loads of you. I was just like, jeez. And then I was like, yes, I'm back in the room. So yeah, the day we everyone worked really well together, and I was just so happy about that. All the staff, we had a wicked evening on Friday. And we had lots. So we had various cars going down, and everyone was just getting on really well. Mum was ace. It was Mum's first salute, so. Yeah, there's a Star Trek convention. I didn't know it was £50 though. That's wild. So yeah, it was super nerd central. And the hotel was funny because there were loads of Star Trek and toy soldier people there. It was like spot which is which. Just got purple. What else? So Great Escape Games broke down on the way back. So Jasmine, that was on there, the one that's also in Paramore. She was getting the train back, and I said, I spoke to Great Escape. They're going back to the same place as you. You can get you a lift, saves you getting the train. And then yeah, so they broke down. she got back about 5 AM, and potentially the van might still be there. I haven't checked my messages, but I know the van was still there at oh, phone, but 8:30 this morning. So I don't know, but that sounds like hell. So I thought, up to bonus. None of the stuffs fell over in the van. The van's all been loaded really well. So I was sharing with Fenris, and also there was, Fenris, Ian, and Louis. The Fenris stand was next to us, and that was really fun because I got to see Joe as well and Simon, who were working there, and that was very fun. Simon was the one with the Squiddo hat. But yeah, I just felt like such an idiot when I opened it. I was just like, I'm so embarrassed. It's full on snotty. So. But yeah, so that was a very small amount of it. It did go awesome. And then Carla was doing some painting on the stand as well. And because by the time she'd arrived, I was in my absolute like, that goes there, nobody do that. I'm getting this is all. And I thought, no, I've met Carla for the first time. And what was it? And she her first impression of me is bossing everyone around and then crying. But she was like, it's fine. So yeah, she was about painting some of the minis, and that was really lovely. And it was really good to actually meet her face to face. So she paints all of the terrain basically. And it was nice, again, as always, introducing people to each other. So like, did you know that person was that person? So yeah, meeting lots of people off the Twitters is excellent. So I did all that. Lots of recognisable faces. When I'm like, you're from the internet, aren't you? Yes, that was good. What else? What else happened? I did manage to just get off the stand for a tiny bit near the end. I went to see No More Damsels because someone said, oh, they're down there. So I thought, I'm a big fan of what they're doing. I don't know if they have a website. I haven't got the flyer in front of me. I know they're definitely on social media. So they weren't too far away from me, and they do sort of like campaigning to make clubs and war game spaces more inclusive, and it's almost like a bit of a Bechdel test that they've got for places. And I was looking through it going, yeah, this is right, actually. Any club I've been in has passed all of this. Probably apart from Core Hammer, to be fair, which was really cool. But yeah, it's like, oh, the bar is pretty low. So yeah, they're doing all that. So they had lots of like rainbow and trans flags and all this, and it was just really nice. And I was like, we have a rainbow over here. And obviously, Bad Squiddo Games and No More Damsels are like, of course, that's gonna work. So yeah, I was chatting to them, saying like, if I could collaborate on anything, that'd be cool. I took a massive chunk of their flyers, so I'm going to put those out into orders and stuff, and have a bit more of a look about what they do, because it was really nice having a chat to them. Again, people that are on the very same wavelength with the same goals. That's really nice. They were all lovely. So hello. Look up No More Damsels. I guess if you Google it and put it in. I'm going to put maybe wargaming or something too. And yeah, they were ace. And I had a very quick look at the game, the Frothers game that won the award, and that was very cool. And I had some Bad Squiddo minis on too. But that was all I got off the stand to do. I did have my hiding by the colouring table a few times just to get some grub in. I met Dave Corley, major Fret Minis in the comments there, and I got to show him what's in the comments here? Send me one what? Oh yeah, the flyer. Yes, I can do that. Yeah, I got to meet Dave Corley, who sculpted the Undead Noble for us, and I managed to get a cast in time to give him one of those, so that was nice, because he was like, oh look at my thing. Yeah, he is. Major Threat Minis. Yay. And we managed to like coincide that with a break. So sat chatting to him and it was very fun. Being like, the thing you sculpted is now metal. Woo! Top hugs. Yes. So that was nice. It's always that like, need more people. And Pandemonium miniatures sort of hang around for a bit, doing a bit of colouring in. So it's like you're Pandemonium, you're painting knights, you're a sculptor, and just like, and all you people, and you paint the thing that person did. Yay, got the Undead No War. So I managed to have, I didn't make a song and dance about it because I didn't want to anger the internet, but I managed to get I think I said, like, if you want to collect at Salute, what was it? If you want to collect at Salute, then I may have the Kickstarter, I may not, I'm not sure. And sorry, brain is going again. I may not. But we'll see. And the casters are so good. They managed to get me like a bit of everything from the Kickstarter, apart from 4 packs, but that pretty much at least covered a whole chunk of stuff. And yeah, it meant that I had a few spare, basically, because obviously anyone that was there that had backed the Kickstarter could pick their stuff up. So they're not at a disadvantage. So I had sort of like, it was about 5 of a lot of the things all sort of stayed out. And what's the word? Brain. So yeah, so a few people were actually able to pick up some of the Kickstarter minis, and it is naughty because it was doing it before the Kickstarter had been fulfilled, but it was only a few bits, and I just put on there like special pre-release, just a few cheeky ones in there. So yeah, a few people got those. Anyway, yeah, it was ace that people were able to pick up their Kickstarters, which was like, we only did it like not that long ago. So once I've had my rest from Salute, stocked everything back in, sorted the post-Salute stuff out, by that point I'm going to have the casts of those next 4 models, and I'll be able to fulfill the entire Kickstarter. How cool is that? A downside, oh yeah, I also discovered this week that printing has gone up by about 300%. That's printing costs. Loads of different reasons why industrial printing is now really expensive. So that was a whole other thing. The printing was, yeah. Yeah, so I didn't get the badges or stickers made in time because everything was mega expensive, and then when you add rush to it, it goes really expensive. So anyone that collected Kickstarters, you'll get a little envelope as well a bit later on with your thank you card and your badge and sticker. So you get all that as well. Oh yeah, we've mentioned about masks because I just had this massive meltdown. I was just, my background brain, I just couldn't handle then putting a mask on after all the like, I was about to swear, like hyperventilating and things. Like, I can't now put the mask on, and that's kind of suddenly the day had gone. But yeah, hopefully people were okay about that. I didn't want anyone to, be it come over and be a bit sad about that or anything. So. What else? What people did I meet? Yeah, the colouring in went amazing as always. So, yeah, loads of kids, loads of adults. I told loads of colouring books, which was amazing because I'm never sure when anything that's a bit left field, although that is our entire company. The colouring in books went awesome. What else? So I've got to do loads of unloading today, but I will be off tomorrow. Maybe I'll be off Tuesday as well. I might go, you know what, screw it. There is so much to do, but yeah, I think a couple days. Yeah, I think I said at the start, so I massively hurt my toe, and actually not being on my feet for a couple days would probably be a bonus. What else? I'm going to head off shortly. Did I buy anything nice for myself? I bought some things off No More Damsels. That was what I bought. I got some dice from them. And so I got the dice from them. They have like a few bits of merch. Katie bought me a badge. Thanks, Katie. And I got some pencils and raffle tickets off them. But yeah, I never really buy myself anything because I don't normally get off the stand. If I do, it's normally because there's something I desperately need. I really needed some KR foam, but there's no chance to get off. Did I win anything? I don't know. I don't know if they did or when they did the draw or anything. So I don't know. My phone battery's low, but I want to show you all a couple of pictures. I saw Gus Kearns again. Let me just put this. It might have enough battery to show you. So my last sunrise range was sculpted by Gus Kearns, Gus Kearns and Gary Morley, and a little bit of Ian Mountain. And that was a range I bought from somebody else originally that hadn't been released. So bought the greens, and I contacted the people that had sculpted just to say, hello, just so you know, I own this stuff now and I will put it into production. Nice to meet you. And so when I was back in Cardiff, I managed to meet up with him because he was passing through. So he sculpted the brides, one of the male vampire hunters, the golem, the werewolf. Not sure he sculpted any more. I don't think what the range is. But he's the same sort of age as me, and he sculpted. I think he said he was 21 when he sculpted them. How dare you be so good at this age? But yeah, Gus Kearns, he is working in stop motion animation now. And when I was chatting to him a few years ago at Cardiff, it must be like 4 years ago, he was leaving. Well, he was going off to do stop motion animation. So I just assumed that would be it, really. I wouldn't really hear from him again. So he popped up at the show. I did not expect this. So I got a nice picture of him. That's him. Whoop. That's him. With his gang of minis. Obviously, yeah, that's pictures, but all exposed. Oh yeah, oh dear. There's a sim in the background there. Look at him and his wings. So then, that is awesome. In the shadow of the hat, there's Ratty there. Someone said, look at that Squiddo hat. And I was like, yes, that's one of ours. That's one of ours. Very good choice. Also got a picture of Fenris with the weird tentacle hat. Which again is excellent. I barely took any photos, so I've got to rely on don't send balloon arch pictures. I've got to rely on what's been sent in, but I'll put, once I've gathered the collection of pictures, I will put them all up. So again, across all of the social media, because I know there were some good photos. Oh, that guy, some guy took some photos of us actually, and WhatsApped them over, and I never got a chance to have a look. So that's the gang. Again, I'll put all that up. Oh, look at the picture of the gang. Look at this gang. What a gang. That's ace. That's really ace. Yeah, everybody who helped, especially at the morning when things were going a bit grim. Yeah, they just absolutely stayed with me. Why is it flat? It's going weird and flat. Look at that. The hair's been refreshed, and it was even better than last time. Look at that. Look at that transition. All dyed by me. Let's check it out. Hang on. From blue to purple to pink. That was done at about 1 o'clock Thursday night. So yeah, all the helpers went on at once. It meant that we had a good rotation, and there was always at least 3 on the stand, which really, really helped when this is that crush. Yeah, it was wild. Carla's here. Yes, amazing. Carla was painting the brand new junk robots and the mine, which was amazing. I'm just having more drink. I'm sure more anecdotes. It's because I saw Andy this morning, so I told Andy all of my salute news, and then I said, I've got to go tell these guys now. I should have waited. I've got to say all that again. So I think if I've forgotten anything, and then I'm gonna go and die for a little bit longer, and then do the great unpack-a-thon. Mm. What was I gonna say? So I guess to round up, it was everything I hoped and dreamed and more. It was really, really, absolutely lovely day. I've missed shows, good big shows like that, so much. It worked really well with Fenris, so we were talking about, even though I pulled out of Rare, we're talking about maybe doing a few shows together as well. So like Partisan, possibly. That'd be quite nice. We got good van system going on. And yeah, that having the cabinets able to just go straight up, huge difference. So that was aces. Is there anything else majorly? Yeah, it was just great. And I'd say when I'm a bit more alive, still I don't feel that well actually. I think I think I'm just in a bit of an exhaustion. But thank you everyone who came over. You were the absolute best. It was the coolest. Eric Murray's there with his like aura of excite, which is the best. It was good. I'm just thinking else. So yeah, I did a few interviews. Yeah. If Fenris and Bad Squiddo do some shows together, you need to get a theme tune. Yeah. Well, I did quite a bit of singing in the van, but they weren't. The other two weren't really a fan of my singing. I got there. It was 1,000% more than I was expecting. I was really there to get some Bad Squiddo and say hi. It was a great salute and great to be there. So yeah, it worked out, and it's that like you've put all that effort in. There's been a big build up, but it was really paid off. We suckered more people into the cult of Squiddo, which is always good. Fresh blood. And yeah, just had some wonderful chats. It was just really lovely, and made some cash, which is much needed because it has been 18 months of fun times with everything just being really quite a struggle. And I think I'm really glad that it worked because it's given me a really good boost. And say we'll get this Damsels Kickstarter out, then it's community project time where we're going to be prioritizing all of those, all of the community miniatures, and then get that back to a regular thing because obviously it's all died down a bit. Let's get that back. So next is April. Right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll probably do another little salute roundup. Kind of tempted to do a non-live one where I'm actually not roaming as much, just to discuss it a little bit more, I guess. Thank you again. Thanks for coming. Yeah, Eric said it looked impressive how big. Yeah, I was looking at my empire going, it's really nice. Yes, I'm gonna get some food. I think food is a good idea. Like a fried breakfast. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find a fried. I could go to Bugman's. Was it Sunday? It's Sunday. I might go to Bugman's for a fry up. I don't know when they end. I don't know when their breakfast ends. Yes, anyway, right, I'm gonna go. Thank you, you are wickeds. So I know I look a bit dishevelled, but it's because the throat from chatting all day is just whew. So goodbye. Oh, Mum's had one. Oh, that'd be ace. Oh, fry up. Right. Have a wicked Sunday. And on to Christmas.